Okay, so welcome everyone. Welcome to the end of the first day of fall 2024, the virtual learning experience. And there are actually some folks who are in California at the residential learning experience, and they might be dropping in here also. I'm Luann Fortune. I'm the Associate Department Chair in Mind-Body Medicine. I'm faculty, and for tonight, I am a fellow meditator and follower of the circle. So I'd like to welcome you all in. We have several presenters with us tonight, and my role here is to open us up and then to provide a post note at the end. So, as I'd mentioned, as you are coming in to get yourself settled, take some time to uh, mute your phone, turn off your ringer, close your door. Let yourself settle into this moment because in just a few more moments, we will be handing off from one of our leaders to another. So I want to thank my colleagues in the Department of Mind-Body Medicine, Dr. Selene Kumin Vega, who will be leading us through a meditation involving movement. Thank you, Selene. And Dr. Shannon McLain, who will be taking us down a path quite appropriate for the beginning of a new semester. And then Dr. Gina Belton will come in with a meditation on the boundless heart, which I have now in my mind also added the boundless heart and the boundless joy. And Dean Donald Moss will close us tonight with a synthesis and a sealing. So while you are settling in right now, I'd allow you to follow my words. And if you think you have now satisfied what is outside of you and grounded yourself in this space, and just to be sure, you might take a look around to assure yourself that you are in a safe place. And as we are advised by Rashman Mencken in My Grandmother's Hands, you might look behind you also to assure yourself that you are where you think you are from the backside as well, and on both sides. And as you've circled your vision and your senses around the room, you might notice too there are different ways that we envision, that we sense, some with our eyes, some with our touch, our sense of what warmth and coolness is in the room around us, and what the room smells like, and by extension, what it tastes like, and what the sounds are around us. And you might just acknowledge that we perceive all of these things in our own way from the outside to the inside. And now to prepare us for where we're going next, I invite you, if you're comfortable, to close your eyes or to gaze softly at some place and let your vision soften. And take a moment to go inside of you with a breath in and a breath out. And allow yourself a few comfortable breath cycles to see if you can settle into the inside of you, the full centering, the centering of your body presence, your awareness and consciousness, and even your busy thoughts. And appreciate that you are unique in this moment. You are unique in this experience. And as you step into the next space of a guided meditation with me, see if you can do it with gratitude. Gratitude for yourself and for this community, for these teachers who lead us. And see if you can do it with some joy. And be sure to do it with your breath, breathing in and out. And now that you feel all comfortable and relaxed and settled in, I'm going to hand it over to my colleague, Dr. Selene Kumin Vega, who will take us through some mindful movement. Selene, take it away.
So here we are, and maybe the movement that has been going on all day, moving from one place to another, up and down, and just sitting sometimes. All that is settling in as we breathe. I am zooming myself out a little bit here. We're going to start with just where we are, just sitting. But I'm going to invite you to move as much or as little as feels appropriate as we begin to explore through our whole body. So one place to start is just kind of with our hands. Our hands often are typing, doing other things. Let's just give them a little bit of a shake, kind of wake them up a little bit. And then maybe put them down on your body somewhere. You can feel that body underneath your hands, getting that sensation through your hands of what your body is feeling like. And the sensation in your body of what it feels like to have your hands there. Maybe move them around a little bit. You can even massage with a lot of pressure if you want, or just a light touch to get that sensation in your body of hands moving. And then up your arms, you might let your arms flow a little bit away from your body into the air and kind of imagine that you can feel the air underneath your hands as you move it, as if you were moving through water and you could feel the pressure of the water. And just see where your hands want to go. Maybe they want to stay in a very small place and just move a little bit through fingers and wrists. Maybe they want to reach all the way up and out, and you might find that as they reach, they're pulling in other parts of you. I know that as I reach my arms up, my shoulders start to get involved with that movement. You can be doing this with your eyes closed or with your eyes open, whatever feels most comfortable for you. Bringing that attention now as you've moved up your arms to your shoulders. I begin to explore what your shoulders might like to do. Maybe some circles around. Maybe one circling and then the other, maybe both, maybe forward, maybe back, maybe pushing out to one side or the other, lifting up towards your ears. These are all just suggestions for how you can explore what your shoulders might like in this moment. You just bring a little bit more movement into them, and your arms can work with them. So you've got shoulders and arms, and maybe they're reaching out into the world. Maybe they're just curling around you. It's as if all the attention here, all the impetus for movement comes from your shoulders. And here I've gotten up off of my chair, and you're welcome to do so as well, or to stay wherever you are. And as your shoulders play around, begin to shift that focus to your neck. Doesn't mean anything else that was moving has to stop. But now the focus is on your neck. Maybe taking your head forward, maybe taking it up and back, sides, turning to face one direction or another, seeing what might feel good to your neck in this moment. Just being really careful to not go further than what feels comfortable. And as your neck explores, you might notice that it's kind of connected to your upper chest, upper back. So let's let that movement find its way down. Maybe your chest would like to open up. Maybe it would like to fold forward. Maybe shifting from one side to the other. And you might notice again that as you explore with your upper chest and back, there's that whole set of ribs that gets involved, and maybe the movement might want to move down through the whole upper body. Could circle around. It could just shift side to side, forward and back. You just inviting your body to explore what would feel good. Maybe opening up some places that have been sitting for too long. And for me, because I'm standing, I'm going to widen my stance a little so I don't feel like I'm going to fall over as I move into my hips. You might even put your hands on your hips. But you certainly don't have to for your hips to begin to explore, to see where they might like to stretch to, move to, maybe pushing side to side, maybe pushing forward and back, circling all around, and circling the other way. And again, this is all of a size of movement that feels right for you. And I'm listening to what my body likes, but your body may like something very different, maybe smaller, maybe bigger. But as we move through the hips, you might notice that those hip joints are feeling something in that movement. And now we can move the attention down into the legs, upper legs, strong thighs, and maybe you can let your knees be soft enough to allow for some movement through your entire leg. I'm finding a movement from one leg to the other. Feels very satisfying to feel how my weight can move all the way over onto one side, move to the other side. And if you're sitting, you can still be exploring what happens when you bring your attention to one leg and then the other. And if your feet are on the ground, you might begin to feel how your feet can play with the ground underneath you. Maybe lifting up heel, lifting up toes, one foot and then the other. Or if you're sitting, you could do both at once. And then we've had a chance to move through the entire body here. So the whole system could be moving, or maybe one particular part is drawing your attention back again to do a little bit more there. There is actually one area that we haven't done much exploring with, and that's the face. I'm going to take my glasses off for that. You might let your face begin to explore, scrunching up, yawning, stretching out, trying different expressions to see how it feels to get the muscles in your face to have a little bit of time to loosen up, try new ways to be that maybe you haven't been doing in front of that Zoom camera all day. And then finding your way back down. It could be that you're finding your way back to a chair or down to the floor, stretching yourself out on the ground, or maybe still staying standing. Just seeing what feels like a way to settle into wherever you are. And just finding your breath, feeling into whatever sensations might be moving through your body. Maybe there's some tingling, maybe there's someplace that got stretched that's reminding you that it's there. Maybe just settling into an easy breath, inviting your body to settle comfortably, taking a moment to check in on that. Is there anything that wants to shift or change? Some way to be even more comfortable in the way that you sit. Maybe shifting a little bit of your pelvis forward and back, finding the balance that feels right. Noticing where your hands have come to rest. And if that's the right place, sometimes just a subtle shift of an inch can make a difference in how your whole body is able to settle in and be comfortable. And I really invite here connection to all the sensations that are moving in you. And if there are some that are uncomfortable, maybe some places where there's pain or distress, it's bringing a little bit of caring and compassion to those places in you that perhaps need some healing. Maybe inviting in whatever healing energies you might want to bring in. Maybe in the form of light or some connection to divinity, something outside of your own individual self. Just letting your body bathe in some healing energy here. Perhaps you can take just a moment to send some gratitude to this body that sustains your life, that allows for whatever movement you are able to do, that allows for a breath to keep going even when your mind is elsewhere. And with that, I hand the baton over to Dr. Shannon McLain.
Thank you for that beautiful practice of embodiment. My most favorite definition of embodiment is being deeply present to direct experience. And that's just what we're going to continue to do as we further follow this path going in. So really just checking in with yourself in this moment to see if you're positioned just as you want to be. Continuing to settle and really being intentional about finding comfort in this moment. So as we journey here this evening, I'll invite you to bring awareness to your own personal path, your life journey. So just visualizing this journey as you are seated there, maybe you're lying down, or maybe if you are possibly in a place outside and feel like taking a gentle meditative walk. So whatever it is, however you are, just really inviting yourself into a deep state of awareness and presence. So just making sure that you're feeling good as you are and allowing the breath to really be the center of your awareness. Noticing the sensations and the gentle movement of the breath. And slow inhalation and exhale, release and soften. And as you follow your breath, remind yourself why you showed up here to this meditation circle. Each of us have a reason for why we decided to bring ourselves together and to share this sacred space in this mindful moment. So what feels true for you? And whatever your reason or your motivation, take a moment to honor that and recognize that your life has led you to be here right now, sharing this space with all those who are gathered here this evening. And allow your awareness to now expand beyond this moment, just widening the lens to bring a wider picture of your life into view. To see with a bird's eye view where you are in your life right now, in this unique journey that you are on. And from this expansive view, some of those choices that you have made, they start to come into focus. These experiences that have shaped you, that have guided you along, that have redirected you. Recognizing that each step, each choice, each decision along this path has led you to be exactly right where you are in this exact moment. Just allowing the mind to drift and soar for a few moments. And with an open heart and a relaxed mind, continue to explore and to appreciate the uniqueness of your path. And there's no doubt that this path has had a pothole or two. Maybe there have been some bumps in the road, maybe a lot of bumps in the road. So allow yourself to reflect for just a moment on some of the challenges that you've faced. And furthermore, what lessons that you may have mined from these challenges, and how and in what ways that has led to your growth. As life pushes us to our edges, and sometimes beyond our edges, it really has this beautiful way of widening the lens, widening ourselves, finding expanse and growth. And now with the gift of hindsight, where we can truly see and appreciate the growth that has come out of challenge, just acknowledging the strength and the resilience, the tenacity that has emerged. And as you deepen in your awareness, I invite you to bring to mind someone, or maybe there's several someones who have been of support to you, who have influenced you along the way, enriching your path. And perhaps it's a mentor, a loved one, or a friend who has helped to guide or inspire you to stay in alignment with yourself, to stay on your true path and in pursuit of your purpose. Maybe manifesting your gifts, whatever those may be. So visualizing this person or these people clearly, or feeling, I would say, and maybe also feeling them strongly in your heart. And so take a moment to kind of turn up the volume, turn up the dial on these feelings of warmth, of love, of gratitude, and allow those feelings to permeate and radiate through every part of your body. Just acknowledging their presence in your life, whether or not they still are an active part of your life. And now turning the lens of this camera in your mind, or however you're feeling, maybe sensing these feelings in your body, and just shifting from this path that has already been. And we'll turn the focus now to the path that has yet to unfold. And in this beautiful juncture of beginning a new chapter in your life, stepping into a new season, literally, as we move through the late summer and into fall, we're entering into the fall semester. And we're also really bringing some awareness around the future person that you aspire to become as you continue along your path. And what does it look like and feel like, even smell like, to be living your life in alignment with your values, with your passions? And no doubt this future path involves plans or goals. I mean, we're here in our virtual learning experience. You're in school. There's goals that are involved with that. So, lots of things to come here. These goals for some maybe unmet need or desire, and really thinking about these, rather than thinking about so much of these externals, but see if you can drop more into this place of feeling. And how does it feel in your mind, your heart, your body to live into this most expansive version of yourself? And allow yourself to feel the joy and the fulfillment that comes from living authentically and purposefully. And no doubt, some of this feeling state might come about through particular desires and goals. But really letting this be about feeling what you feel in your body. And taking a few really intentional moments here to offer yourself kindness and compassion and grace, patience for any doubts or uncertainties that may arise. And embrace the truth of that your path really will evolve and it will change as you evolve and you change. So giving yourself permission in this moment to navigate detours and to explore new directions as the current of life is continuously taking you farther along. And in this space of deep appreciation and of awareness of your current life path, notice if there is an intention that wants to emerge. So an intention perhaps to continue walking this path with grace and resilience, embracing the stumbles, the bumps, the twists, the turns, knowing that each step is a part of your unique journey, and that there truly is no failure, only feedback. And it is with that feedback, however you choose to integrate and align on your path that is so divine and sacred. And now letting the breath become wider, more expansive, releasing into the subtle support of the body, feeling the movement of the inhale and the exhale, filling your breath, filling your body with your breath, your life force energy. And with it, any insights from this meditation that you may choose to integrate and just be with. And holding yourself with kindness here and gentleness as we start to just slowly and shift in your seat. When we transition, listen to the next stepping stone here this evening in our meditation circle. And we'll turn it over to Dr. Belton.
In this next moments, and the moment after that, and the moment after that, we'll explore together meeting the joy of the boundless heart. So as we began by encountering our embodiment, beginning of this meditation circle, then shifted deeper as we examined the path of unfolding. Let's explore the boundless heart. Move a little deeper. I'll share with you all the wisdom that was shared with me by an Indigenous elder and scholar, Dr. Angeles Arian. And she gave us the gift of what many Native cultures believe, that the heart is the bridge between Father Sky and Mother Earth. So hold that as you explore the position you are in now. Are you comfortable while still alert? Are you uplifted and dignified and at ease in this moment? Inhale. Have you found your seat between heaven and earth, Father Sky, Mother Earth, in this mysterious form that is your being human? Now, these traditions are often referred to as the four-chambered heart, the source for sustaining emotional and spiritual health. It is described as being full, open, clear, and strong. These traditions feel that it's important to check in on the condition of the four-chambered heart. It is of benefit to give attention to your heart daily, asking, am I full-hearted today? Am I open-hearted in this moment? Is my heart clear? Am I strong-hearted? Attention to your breath. Continue to settle in. And in this relaxed way, bring attention to your chest and tune into this tender, tender space, an open feeling of your heart. And welcome these reflections. Where we are not full-hearted, we may be half-hearted. And the experience of feeling like we should do something when we don't want to can be the breeding ground for half-heartedness. Feeling half-hearted is an announcement of wrong placement. It is a time to consider, perhaps we've laid our ladder against the wrong. Should we course correct? When we are not full-hearted, we are half. Where we are not open-hearted, we become closed. We may appear defensive and counting our own resistance, protecting ourselves from the possibility of vulnerability. These are signals of close-heartedness. The antidote is to soften and allow the unfolding of the heart. This tender, tender space. Where we are not clear-hearted, we are confused and carrying a doubting heart. This is where the heart is asking us to be patient, to wait, to examine. We are reminded to observe for clarity the clarity of the clear heart. Where we are not strong-hearted is where we lack the courage to be authentic or to say what is true for us. Strong-heartedness is where we have the courage to be all of who we are in our lives. The word courage is derived from the French word heart, or. And of course, this means the ability to stand by one's own heart at the core. Feel the strength of your resolve rising from your belly to your heart. A strong heart. Notice its beating, its pulse. You might be able to feel it in your ears as you're listening to your breath. Imagine being free of suffering and supporting others in being free of suffering. Release any tightness in your chest as you allow your breath to pass through your heart. And if it is comfortable, feels right, you can gently lay your hand across your center of your chest. Just allow your hand to gently tap in rhythm with your beating heart. Releasing again any tightness in your chest. Reminding yourself of your tenderness. Gently offering to yourself these words. The door to my heart is open. Rest here for a moment in the full four-chambered heart that is full, open, clear, and strong. Yourself tenderness, boundless open heart. The boundless open heart is evidenced by the combination of its relationship to authenticity and its expression in the world. The Aztecs read it in a poem this way. The maturer person, heart firm as a stone, heart as strong as the trunk of a tree, noble face, wise face, owner of his, her, their face, owner of his, her, their heart, the full heart, the noble face, the noble heart, firm. Take a moment just to consider the science of the full heart. The studies indicate that folks who practice loving kindness, offering loving kindness to ourselves, to those we care about, to those we might struggle with, can offer an increase in compassion, positive emotions, and relief from depression, anxiety, even chronic pain. This is the science of the full heart and the joy of the boundless alive in you right now. Yep. Offer me the joy of my boundless to deem us, to bring us honor.
Thank you, Dr. Belton. And I invite each of you just for a moment to pause, allowing the ripples of the evening to pass through you, through your hearts, through your strong hearts. And now I will briefly take us back through the evening. A meditation circle, a circle of all of those of us who have gathered this evening. And we were invited in the opening with Dr. Fortune, guided to sit quietly, centering ourselves, experiencing the quieting inwardly, moving inward, setting the tone of a meditative receptiveness for the evening. And then meditation 1, Dr. Selene Kumin Vega, mindful movement, guiding us again to sit comfortably, growing in awareness of our body, awareness first of our hands, allowing our hands to flow, our shoulders circling, our awareness moving through our bodies, our attention wandering through our bodies. And now our whole system, our whole body, the entire body may be moving. And then we turn to our faces, the most human and expressive aspect of our bodies, our human faces. Our bodies sitting comfortably as we breathe gently with an awakening awareness, experiencing ourself, our bodies, ourselves, our spirits with loving self-compassion, healing our hurts, experiencing ourselves in this meditation circle, experiencing ourselves with compassion. Meditation 2, continuing our meditative journey of the evening, and Dr. Shannon McLain invites us to follow the path. She invites us to begin with an intentional settling in, discovering a comfortable position, sitting, reclining, or moving, walking, discovering our breathing in a new level of awareness, experiencing our personal path, the intentionality of our being in this moment and place, in our day and in our lives, all of those moments that brought us to this moment. Discovering a wider picture of this moment in our life. Discovering the intentional movement even within this moment that moves toward the future. Our mind drifting, soaring, experiencing our own strength, our own gifts, experiencing gratitude to those who have shaped our path, touched our path. Our guide invited us to discover the most expansive experience of ourself. Encountering ourselves with kindness, compassion, patience, and gentleness, but aware of this ongoing movement in this moment and toward the future, toward our gifts. Meditation 3, Dr. Gina Belton takes us further on our journey, invites us to discover the boundless heart, to discover joy in this boundless heart. She invites us to go deeper into the wisdom of an indigenous elder, finding our seat between the sky and the earth, being human, suspended between the sky and the earth. Discovering the four-chambered heart. Yes, the heart has four chambers. Breathing gently, aware of our bodies entering a tender space. We may experience threat, we may experience adversity. We may experience something in ourself that we regret. And the antidote is to soften, to unfold within ourselves and around ourselves a tender space. And in this tender space, our guide invites us to have courage, reminding us that courage, the word, derives from the word for heart. We know the sacred heart, le sacré-cœur, the tender heart. She invites us to have courage to be all that we are, feeling our strength rising to our heart, our strong heart, to be strong-hearted, our breath passing through our heart, releasing any tensions, our own hands touching our heart, tapping with the rhythm of the heart. The door to my heart is open. She reminds us that the physiology of the heart and the experience of the boundless heart converge. The physiology of the heart is transformed when we inhabit the boundless heart, when we greet others with loving kindness. It transforms the rhythms of our physiological and anatomical heart. She leaves us with our experience of the boundless, open heart. And now let's again take just a minute. Let's take a minute and again allow the images, the words, our own experiences of the evening, of this meditative journey to ripple through us, and those images and experiences that feel most important for you, that touch you in your hearts, save them away as something to return to. And now I hand off to our moderator for the evening, Dr. Fortune.
So thank you all. Thank you, my colleagues, for leading us through this tonight. Thank you for our participants. And thank you for sharing this hour of spaciousness to get started for fall semester. We will be offering mindfulness moments throughout the fall semester. Starting on September 9th, we'll return to our Monday morning schedule at 9:15 for 15-minute brief guided meditations. Those are also recorded and they are located on our YouTube channel. And we thank you for dropping in there. You can subscribe to it. Also, over the fall, we will be offering a monthly mind body skills workshop, as we have in the past 2 semesters by popular demand. So, look forward to the information about the dates on those and on the topics. We've got some really interesting things coming up for you, including a hour workshop with Dr. Moss in November. So, on that note, I would like to thank you all for joining us once again. And before you leave, give yourself one more generous breath and perhaps a stretch. Have a wonderful VLE week. Have a great semester. Thank you for being with us.